Hi guys, this is just a really quick check-in. I done a video a little minute back and I was speaking about like a dream that my daughter had. I was looking for a 4-leaf clover for a few weeks. It was like I was coming out of like a 3-year, even longer state of like depression, dark night of the soul, call it what you will, due to like heavy circumstances in my life. And I was looking for 4-leaf clovers and I couldn't find one, and like our whole garden front and back was just like laden with 4-leaf clovers, as well as the park next door. And so I was looking for these 4-leaf clovers. Back in 2013 was the last time that I sort of found one, and that was in my backyard, and I sat down to have a phone call and I found this 4-leaf clover, and back then it sent me onto a path of like, you know, abundance and happiness. And I'm not talking abundance financially, but it just picked me up again out of a dark spot. Okay, so that was the last time I found one. This time my daughter had a dream, and because she was trying to help me find one as well, she had a dream that she handed me a 4-leaf clover, and we thought, okay, well, there's the 4-leaf clover, that's awesome. And then literally we went shopping one day, stepped out of the car, she looked down and there was a 4-leaf clover. She picked it, brought it around to me and goes, oh, here's the 4-leaf clover. And the dream came to life, you know, where she handed me a 4-leaf clover. And this was the first 4-leaf clover that we found in that period. Okay, and this is a period of like 2 weeks. So this is the prophecy. I call it the prophecy 4-leaf clover. Okay, the dream came true. And then from there on, it was like boom, boom, boom. We were finding 4-leaf clover after 4-leaf clover. And this is after scoping the 4-leaf clovers in the front yard and the backyard for a period of time. And so I've saved all the 4-leaf clovers that we found at that time. I actually laminated them all because it was just like, it blew me away. So I think these were the first lot I was going to start doing of the 4-leaf clovers. Okay, and these are the ones that I found before I went to Adelaide on a holiday. Okay, so that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty magnificent, the fact that we found 4 4-leaf clovers. Then I went to Adelaide into a B&B that I'd stayed in before, and I was out the back having my morning coffee. This was in the first couple of days, and I was watching this bee on the floor, and she was crawling around, and then she was being attacked by ants. So I picked her up and I took her inside, and I made her this little flower garden inside, because I knew that she was at the end of her life. She was a worker bee, probably at the end of her life, you know. And so I just thought, well, I'm not going to let her go out there with the bees, with the ants, blah, blah, blah. So I made her a little bed. She ended up passing away, and this was her little flower that I kept from that time, just as a memoir of her. But I'm glad that she died surrounded with love, you know, with me and the boys. And yeah, it was pretty emotional actually when she died. I don't know why, but that's why beep, 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 bees are so significant to me. They always have been. Animals in general, really. But anyway, sitting out the back, picked her up, saved her, took her inside, made her a little bed home, and then I'm out the back looking at this bunch of 4-leaf clovers, and there were like a whole heap of 4-leaf clovers in this one patch of clover. And I know that that can be like, you know, that can be normal, but it's not really. Well, look, if it's a mutation of 4-leaf clover, but the point is that it followed me. Like, I was looking for them over here, and it doesn't end there. Okay, so these are the ones that I found over in Adelaide when I was there. This was in a 2-week period, I'm going to say again. Oops. That's my course starting soon. Then I come back over here, and I'm going to walk in the front door when we get home, and all of a sudden I see a 4-leaf clover, and it's in a bunch right near the front door. Now this is the abnormal bit, is that these 4-leaf clovers came from that, and this is before, you know, I was only there for like 10 days, okay, so there was 2 weeks prior to that I was looking for 4-leaf clovers anyway. And these are the 4-leaf clovers that I found after getting back from Adelaide, okay, in the front garden near my door, which is pretty crazy and out there. And I just thought that I'd share with you, like, these, it's 20 4-leaf clovers that I found in that period, coming out of this state of depression, okay, like where I thought that I wasn't going to make it out the other side. I just could, there was nothing when I was going through it at that time, there was nothing I could see on the other side. Like, I just, because I've always been a really ambitious person, you know, I've built a pizza business from nothing, literally nothing. I've been on the verge of homelessness and bounced back. And so I've always been pretty resilient, and that's due to the upbringing that I had, but that's a long story we're not going to go into. The point is, this was the first time in my life that I'd felt like I wasn't, like I couldn't see a future, okay? That's the point. And I was talking to, you know, God, my spiritual team, my loved ones past, you know, the whole shebang, praying to them for a very long time. I was throwing out gratitude to the world. I was trying to change my perspective. And this is what happens when you change your perspective, because, you know, ever since then, I haven't looked back. So that's just a little story I thought I'd throw out there. And these are the 4-leaf clovers from that period, and so I keep them. Pretty amazing. It just goes to show how powerful, you know, the universe, the spiritual side, God, Jesus, you know, the whole team is absolutely amazing. Anyway, that was all. I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening. Keep shining. I'll see you in the message.